let's get started. Let's take the feet right outside the hips. We're going to get started with our dynamic warm-up. We'll warm up our muscles and our joints to prepare for the exercises we are about to do. Good. All right, take those feet right outside the hips and then slowly fold forward, reaching for the toes. Tuck the chin and look behind you. And feel the back of the legs turn on. Really push those hips high. Pull your chest close to the thighs. And then bring the fingertips to the mat. I want you to press hard into the fingertips and separate your shoulder blades, rounding through the upper back. And when you're ready, you can pull the heels in, point the toes out, and slowly sit into a deep squat. We're going to open up the hips. You can leave the palms to the floor if you need to be there for support, or you can press the elbows to the insides of the knees, pressing the palms together to give those hips a little extra space. Let's bring the left hand down to the mat and reach the right arm high. We're going to find a twist, waking up the spine and opening up through the chest. Find that spot where you just reach the ceiling and then maybe reach a little bit more behind you. Good. Bring that right hand down, the left hand goes high. Reach up to the ceiling first. Reach, reach, reach. And then reach a little bit behind. Good, bring it down. Push the hips high, straighten the legs, and point the toes forward. From here, I want you to give me a slow roll all the way to the top. Good. Big shoulder roll up, back, and down. We're going to take some lunges. I want you to step out to the side. Push your hips back, and then bend your knee, coming into a lunge. We're going to turn on that inner thigh. Stay here, hold it, and then step it into the center. We're going to step out to the other side. Push the hips back, bend the knee, and hold. Waking up that inner thigh. Good, take it in. Back to the other side. This time, find that lunge, and then you're going to point your fingers to the floor and raise the arms up by the ears. Hold the arms here. We're going to activate the shoulders and the core to turn on. Sink into that lunge. Good, step it in. Back to center. Out to the other side. Hips back. Bend that knee. Find your lunge. Once you find your lunge, point the fingers to the floor. Raise the arms up by the ears and hold. Turning on that core. Waking up the shoulders. Sink into that lunge a little bit more and then step it to the center and take it to the back of the mat. We've got some inchworms. We're going to fold forward, slightly bending the knees, letting the chest connect to the thighs. Hang here for a second and connect the hands to the mat. Use the palms and walk the hands out until you're in a plank. Stay here for 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees and walk the hands back to the feet. Slowly roll to the top. Big shoulder roll up, back, and down. We're going to do one more. Forward fold. Bend the knees, connect the chest to the thighs, connect the hands to the mat, and walk it out to your plank. We're holding for 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees and walk it right back in. Very good. Slow roll to the top. Round through the spine. Shoulder roll up, back, and down. Good. Step to the center of your mat. We're going to lift our left knee high and hold. We're going to find a balance on our right foot. Stay here. Lift that left toe up towards that left knee. Just pull the toe up and hold. Hold it right here. Now we're going to swing that knee out to the side, around to the back, and then reach that foot for the floor. We're going to find a lunge. Once you find your lunge, I want you to twist to the right and hold. You'll feel a nice pull to stretch out through that front hip. Step it into the center and shake out the legs. That right knee is going to come high. We're going to hold and find a balance. Pulling that right toe up. Squeeze the core when you feel off balance. And when you're ready, take that right knee out to the side, around to the back, and reach the foot for the floor to find your lunge. Nice and easy. We're going to twist over to the left. Hold that twist. Very good. Step it in. You got it. All right. Dynamic warm-up. We move through some positions to warm up the muscles in the joints, to activate the muscles, and now we are ready to go. We're gonna get the heart rate up gradually with 2 moves. We have 2 minutes of work. We're gonna go 60 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We're gonna transition between these 2 exercises 1 time. We have an inchworm push-up. Now, in the push-up, when you get down to your plank, if you need to modify, you'll just drop to the knees. And if you need help with your push-up, you'll just drop all the way down nice and slow to the mat. And then from the mat, you'll push up there. We have a reverse lunge to a squat for a reverse lunge, and what that will look like. You'll step back for a reverse lunge, up to squat, back with the other leg for a reverse lunge, and we'll continue that for 60 seconds. Those 2 moves we only have once. If you guys are ready, we're gonna start in 5 seconds. Find your way to the back of your mat. We've got inchworm push-ups. In 3, in 2, in 1, find that fold. Walk the hands out to your plank. Now from here, you can stay here and do your push-up, or you can drop to the knees, slowly releasing your body to the floor before you push up to come back to the plank, to come back to standing tall, squeezing the glutes at the top. Forward fold. I'm going to modify this time. If you need that modification, go ahead and watch. We're going to walk out to the plank, drop the knees. We're going to slowly lower to the mat. Push ourselves back up to that plank position on the knees. Lift the knees and walk the hands back in. Stand tall at the top and squeeze the glutes. Good. Back down. Walk it out. You can go at your own pace or you can stay with me. It's up to you. If you're modifying, drop to the knees. Slowly lower the chest to the mat. And then push yourself back up. Lift the knees and walk the hands in. Slow roll to the top. We have 3, 2, 1. Give the glutes a good squeeze. Good. 10 seconds before we move into that lunge with the squat. Feet are right outside of the hips. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Step the right foot back and come into a lunge. Step it right back underneath you and take a squat. Left leg goes back. Find your lunge. Step back to center and find your squat. Right leg goes back, lunge. Comes to the center, squat. Left leg goes back, lunge. Good, nice and slow. Back underneath you for that squat. Halfway there. Right leg goes back for the lunge. Underneath for squat. Left leg goes back for the lunge. Nice and slow. Now when you're in your lunge, I want you to look at your knee. Look down at your knee. Is it pushing out in front of the toe, or is that knee stacked on top of the ankle? That's where we need it to be. Keep that flow going. We have lunge, a squat, and a lunge. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Whew, the legs are on fire. All right, coming up. Take a little water break. We're gonna do a 4-minute AMRAP. So we just got our heart rate up gradually. It's not max. It's gonna get a little bit higher with this next round. I'm gonna put 4 minutes on the clock. We have 3 moves. We have a squat jack. We're gonna do 5. We have a side plank where we dip our hip 5 times on each side. And then we have a plank where we draw our knee into our elbow 5 times, and then we'll do it on the other side. We'll push to a down dog in between, and we'll keep rotating through those moves for 4 minutes. All right, are we ready? Let me put 4 minutes on, and let's go. Squat down with me. From here, I want you to take a little jumping jack up. So we're gonna squat, nice job. And then from here, you just take that jumping jack. Very good, we have 5, that's 2. This is 3, squat it down. Push the hips back, and then take the jumping jack out to the side. Squat and jack. I think that was 5. If not, I'm gonna give you a break. Take it down to the side plank. Now, if you want to modify, you can leave that bottom knee down and come right here. Holding here. We're gonna dip the hip to the floor for 5. Like you're gonna tap that hip to the floor
and then raise it back tall. Keep the neck in line with the spine. Don't let your head droop down. Keep the neck in line. We've got 5. Let's say one more. Very good. Swing the legs around. Find your side plank. If you're modifying, which I'm going to do this time, you're going to be on that bottom leg. Top arm lifts. And we're going to dip and lift for 5, 2, 3, 4. Give me one more. 5. Good. Transition to a plank position. Now, if you need to modify your plank to come to your knees, we're going to be doing knee tucks, almost like a mountain climber. So this is what it looks like if you're not modifying. You're going to draw your knee to your elbow and push it right back. If you need to modify, come to the plank where you're on your knees. And then you're going to draw the knee in and push it back. Just like so. So you'll have one leg down or you'll have both legs out in the plank. Let's go. We're going 5 times with the right knee. Right knee to right elbow. 3, 4, and 5. We're going to push back to a down dog. Give our shoulders a break and then take it right back to your plank. Left knee comes in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Walk the hands back to the feet and stand it up tall. We have 2 minutes left on the clock. Let's keep going back to the top to our squat jack. Find your squat and then take a jumping jack. Push the butt out. There you go. And then jack. We've got 5. This is 3, 4, and 5. Nice job. We've got the side plank. Take it right back down to the mat. You can modify with the bottom knee down, or you can try from the forearm with me this time. Both feet come out long, and you're going to dip the hip to the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Switch to the other side. You can modify this plank however you wish. Either the bottom knee down, up on the palm, down on the forearm. Most important is that you keep the neck in line with the spine. We're dipping for 5. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job. Take it over. Back to your high plank. Now I'm going to modify this one because I didn't on the last one. Find your plank on the knees if that's where your plank is. We're going to lift the right leg, and then we're going to tuck it in and bring it to the elbow for 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. We'll go to the other side. If you were up in a regular high plank, take a down dog real quick to give those shoulders a break. Find your plank, lift the left leg, and then draw it in for 5. Nice job. Bring it back to your feet. We have less than 30 seconds on the clock. We have 15 seconds. Find your squat and find your jump. We have 5. We have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out and take a break. Nice job. That was a 4-minute AMRAP. Woo. Catch your breath. Grab some water. And we will move on in just a minute to block number 3. This next block, we're switching it up a little bit. We're going to go 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and we're going to go 3 rounds. It's going to get a little more intense. We have 6 high knees. Now, you can take the high knees as high as you can get them, or you can take it to a jog, whatever works for you. And then we're going to take it down to a plank and get 6 mountain climbers. Slow or fast, up to you. I'll do both speeds. I'll modify the first round, and then I'll make it a little bit harder the second. And you follow along as you choose. Our second move in this next block is a reverse crunch, one of my favorites. We'll be down on our back. We'll roll our knees to our chest, lifting our hips off the mat to engage and work on the lower core. If you guys are ready, we're going to start in 10 seconds with the 6 high knees to the 6 mountain climbers. I'm going to modify the first time. In 3, 2, 1. So we have high knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't bring them that high. Now, take it down to your plank. You're going to do 6 mountain climbers. 3, 4, 5, 6. Back up top. We have 6 high knees. Take it down. 6 mountain climbers. I'm going faster this time. Up to you what speed you use. I think it's easier to go slow. 6 high knees. You can get them up high. We have less than 10 seconds. 6 mountain climbers. Back up, and we take a 20-second break. After that 20 seconds, we're going to move into our second move. This first round is just to learn the moves. We have 2 more following where you can challenge yourself once you've learned the move. We're going to go right now, tuck the knees to the chest and roll the hips off of the mat. So you're just going to tuck and roll. Tuck and lift, I should say. We're here for 40 seconds. You can tuck the chin to the chest to engage a little more of the upper core, but we're pulling the knees to the chest, lifting the hips off of the mat, using that lower core. We're here for 15 seconds. If it's too much strain on your neck, you can let your head rest on the mat and just tuck and lift. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's tuck and roll. Back to our feet. Nice job. Those are our 2 exercises. We're going to round through them 2 more times at 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Now you know the moves. You can challenge yourself a little bit more, or you can pull it back and modify as you need. Are we ready? Let's go. We got 6 high knees. Bring it down to your plank for 6 mountain climbers. I like to go slow. Go at your own speed. 6 high knees. And 6 mountain climbers. We're more than halfway there. Take your time getting up. If you can't get the knees high, just take it for a jog in place. It's totally fine. Just keep moving. We got 6 mountain climbers and 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Nice job. Take it down to your back. We've got those reverse crunches. One of my favorites. In 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. I'm going to tuck my chin to my chest to engage my upper core. And I'm going to lift the hips as I tuck the knees into my chest. Really squeezing through the lower core. Very good. Stay here. We got less than halfway. We got 15 seconds. We got 10. You can do it. Pull the knees into the chest and roll the hips up for 3, 2, 1. Rock and roll yourself up to your feet. Nice job. 2 rounds down, 1 to go. We're on our break. We have 10 seconds. We have 1 more round just like that. 6 high knees, 6 mountain climbers, in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's go. Very good. Make your way back to your feet as slow as you need to, and then go right back in to the high knees. Stepping it back out and getting those 6 mountain climbers. When you're here, make sure your eyes are pointed above the fingertips. Good. I'm going to show you a little bit more of a challenge. High knees. Jump it out. Find your mountain climbers and then jump it back in. Nice job. That was it. 20 seconds off. Let's take a break. We've got one more set of reverse crunches, and then we'll move on to our final block of work. Roll it all the way back. We have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck the chin to your chest if you like, or leave the head rested on the mat. Pull the knees to the chest and lift the hips off of the mat to work your lower core. If that's too much strain on your neck to have your chin to your chest, you can let the head rest to the mat. Focus on pulling the knees into the chest. Modify how you need to. We have 10 seconds. You got it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock and roll yourself up. Nice job, guys. We have one block of work left. You're going to see some of the exercises we've already done in this block, and that's okay. Now you know what you're doing. You can really focus on your form. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 moves. We have 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, and 1 round. So we technically have 6 minutes before we start stretching out. Nice work, guys. We're going to start in about 30 seconds. We have inchworm push-up, what we started with. We have that reverse lunge to the squat, the reverse lunge on the opposite side. We have the squat jacks. We have a high-low plank. We have a Russian twist and a scissor switch. And I'm going to do all of these with you, demonstrating, working right alongside with you. So I'll be able to give you modifications or push you a little bit further. We're going to go in 3, in 2, and hold it. All right, let's go. We have 45 seconds. We're taking the inchworm. Bend the knees if you need to. Connect the hands to the mat and walk it out to your plank. You can take your push-up from here, or you can bring the knees to the mat, slowly lower the chest down, and then push up. Lift the knees and walk the hands back. Stand at the top and squeeze the glutes every time. Back to that forward fold. Walking the hands out. Find your push-up. Walk it right back in. Good. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Keep it moving. We have 15 seconds on the clock. If you're modifying, you're going to drop the knees, slowly lower the chest to the mat, and push up from there. Taking the knees off the mat, lifting them, come into your plank, to walk the hands back, to roll up and squeeze at the top, and shake it out. That was 45 seconds. We have a 15-second break before we move into the reverse lunge. Catch your breath. Grab a drink if you need to. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Reverse lunge. Right leg back. And then back into center to give me a squat. Left leg back for that reverse lunge. Back to a squat. Right leg back, lunge. Step to center and squat. Left leg back and lunge. Back to the center for the squat. Good. Nice job. Step it back for the lunge. Back to center. Nice. Nice squats. We have less than 15 seconds. Reverse lunge. Back to the squat. We have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Nice job. 15-second break. Then we have those squat jacks. You sit back into a squat, push the hips back. Here's your squat. And then you're going to jump out for a jumping jack. Let's go. Here's our squat. And here's our jack. Squat it down. And then a jumping jack. Take your time on the squat. 15 seconds. Less than 10. We have 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Nice job. Shake out those legs. Halfway there. We have 3 more moves. High-low plank. Let's take it down to the mat. Now, knees or toes, up to you. I'm going to modify in case you need that to follow. So, find your high plank. From here, we come down to the forearms and then come back up to the palms. We have 45 seconds. Let's go. Up to the palms, down to the forearms. Keep your hips as still as you can. More than halfway there. If you need to take a break, just hold your plank. We have 5 seconds. You can do it. For 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Walk the hands back. Whew. Nice job. Take a little breather. We're going to turn it on over to our back. We're not going to lay down. We're going to bend the knees and cross one ankle over the other. Once you're there, you're going to sit tall. Find a long spine. And then from there, bring the hands in towards the heart and slowly start to lean back. When you find a spot that turns on your core, that you feel a little shaky, like this is hard for me to hold, that's where we're going to stop right here, and we're going to twist for 4. Twist to the right and to the left, to the right and to the left. Now, that was 4. We're going to lift the knees, taking the heels off the mat, reaching the arms forward. We're going to take 4 breaths. Good, release those heels. Back to that twist for 4, 2, 3, 4. Now, if it's too hard for you to lift those heels, just keep them on the mat and lean back a little further for 4. Good. We've got 5 seconds. Go back to that twist. Good, and relax. You can set up, maybe you have the knees. We're gonna lay it all the way down to our backs for this last move. Really slowly lower all the way down. We're still in our break, so take a couple of deep breaths. We're gonna start lifting the left leg. You're gonna straighten the right leg out long. And then from there, you're gonna tuck your chin to your chest and hold the chin there. You're gonna lift that right foot off of the mat just about an inch. And from here, we're gonna switch. Right leg tall, left leg is hovering over the mat. Switch again. You can grab onto that leg and hold, and then switch. Don't let that leg close to the ground touch. It's just hovering. And switch. And switch. We're more than halfway there. And switch. And switch. Good. We've got 10 seconds. Switch them. Hold, hold, hold. And switch. We've got 5 seconds. 4. Switch. 3, 2, 1. Let's bring the knees to the chest. Nice job. Let's rock and roll ourselves up to a seat. I feel like we could do one more thing before we start our stretch. What do we want to do? Let's do Let's do some clams. I don't know why those are calling. I like these. These are good to do at home. Something I don't ever want to do in the gym, but that's really good for you. So take a stance like this. We're going to do, let's say we're going to do 45 seconds on each side. So my right hand is down on the mat, directly underneath my shoulder. My knees are stacked. My ankles are stacked. I'm going to bring my left hand to my hip, and from here, I'm going to push myself off of the floor. I'm balancing on my right knee. My feet are still on the floor. My knees open, and my neck is in line with my spine. So I'm right here. What I'm going to do is push the hips back and sit down all the way, and then lift myself off. And once I'm lifted, I'm going to open that top leg. You guys got it? Give it a try. We're working both sides of the glutes. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Lift the hips off and then open the leg. Close the leg and sit back down. Lift and open. Close and sit. Good. Lift and open. Squeezing both glutes. You got it. Sit it back down. Good. You got it. Push those hips back and sit it down. Lift and open. Squeeze. Keep the feet connected to each other. The feet are on the ground. That right knee is what you're pushing up with and using the body weight support from that right palm connected to the mat. We have 3 seconds. 2, 1. Nice job. We're going to do the other side. These are called clam shells. They're very good for you if you're postpartum. They're good for you if you're working on your glutes or your core. Are we ready? In 3, 2, 1. Stack the knees, stack the ankles. Left hand under the left shoulder. Let's go. Lift and open. Slowly release and close. Lift and open. You got it. Good. Don't let that neck hang down. We want to keep it up in line with the spine. Pressing our body weight into that palm and into that left knee as we rise up. Slowly lower and close. Lift and open. Lower and close. We've got 15 seconds. Lower and close. Good. Lift and open. Squeeze the glutes when you're here. Mindful, intentional movement for our bodies. We got it. And relax. Nice job. Nice job. Let's open the legs up and take our cool down. We have a little over 5 minutes of stretching we're going to do and cooling down. It's very important that we do that at the end of our workouts, no matter how long your workout is. Let's fold forward over the center. Keep the spine long and pull the toes back towards the face. Stretching out through the inner thighs. Very good. Let's bring the legs together. The right leg's going to be on the bottom. We're going to cross the left leg over. Oh, wow. That is tight. You can see maybe the space in between my left knee and my right foot as I am tight. We're just going to hang here for a second. If that causes you any pain, please move out of it. Otherwise, just hang for the stretch. Good, we're gonna switch sides. The left leg is gonna go on the bottom. The right is coming to the top. And you're essentially wanting to stack your knee and your ankle. You might notice that one side seems like it has more space than the other. Definitely for me. If you can bear with this, just give it a second to stretch out through the hips. Very good, and release. We're gonna come to a tabletop position. On the hands and knees, and I want you to straighten out that right leg long behind you. On the tiptoe, you're tucking the toes. I want you to push back and push the heel like you're gonna touch it to the floor or to the wall behind you. Stretching out through the calf. Good, bring it in. Back to that tabletop position, and the left leg is going to go back. Tucking the toe, pressing that heel to the opposite wall or towards the floor until you feel that stretch in the quad. Not in the quad. Wow, in the calf. The blood is definitely in my muscles right now, not in my brain. All right, bring it in, tabletop position. I want you to bring it up to a kneeling position, tuck the toes, and sit the hips to the heels. We're gonna interlace the fingers behind our back, pull our forearms and our palms together if we can. And then if you can do that, you're gonna lift a little bit to lift the arms away from the body to stretch out the chest and the shoulders. Open up that chest. Good. Release that, and we're going to step our left foot forward. I want you to untuck that right toe. Maybe step that left foot out a little bit further, and then we're going to sink in, stretching out through that right hip flexor, through the right quad. Sink in, making sure the knee is on top of the ankle. From here, we're going to reach the right arm high. And take a side bend to the left. Good. We're going to push back and straighten out that left leg and fold over that left leg to stretch out through that left hamstring. Nice job tonight. Or today, wherever it is that you may be watching from. Good. Bend that knee and step that left foot back. We're going to step our right leg forward. Maybe you take a bigger step so that you can sink into that left hip, still keeping that right knee stacked over the right ankle. Sink in, find the stretch down the front of the hip, down the front of the leg, and hold. Good, reach that left arm high. We're going to take a side bend to the right. Very good. Slowly push that right leg straight and find a fold over that right leg to stretch out the back side of the right leg. You got it. Find your stretch and hold. Very good. Bring that right foot back. And I want you to tuck those toes and sit the hips one more time to the heels. We're going to open up the chest. Pull the arms back out to the sides and see if you can pull them a little bit behind you. Really opening up to the chest. Maybe you feel a stretch all the way down the arm. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good, and then let's bring the right arm across the body for a gentle shoulder stretch. Now you can keep the arm straight, or you can bend that arm and let it rest on the left shoulder. Finding a stretch for the outside of the right shoulder here. Hold that stretch. The longer you hold the stretch, the more it relaxes. Good, open the arms out back to a T. Press the heart forward. Pull the arms back behind you and squeeze the shoulder blades. Good, left arm comes in front for that shoulder stretch. Hold that gentle stretch. You can keep your arm straight or rested on that right shoulder, bending at the elbow. Whatever feels good. Very good. Open up the chest. Come to the knees for that kneeling position. Press the heart forward. Very good. Bring the fingertips to the mat. Tuck the toes under and lift yourself into a fold. Tuck the chin and look behind you. Very good. We're going to slowly roll to the top, one vertebrae at a time, as slow as you can come up. Rounding the spine, letting the arms and the head hang heavy as you slowly roll. The head is the last thing to come up. We're going to take some shoulder rolls and some neck circles. Circling the neck nice and slow in one direction and then the other. You might hear some pops and some cracks, probably because your muscles are warm and they're able to move now. Your spine is like, what is this going on? Good. Big shoulder rolls. Up, back, and down. Good. Let's go the other way. We're going to pull the shoulders back, lift them forward, and roll them. Pull them back, lift and roll. Very good. Give yourselves a high five or a pat on the back. Nice work tonight. Beginner hit. I know you broke a little bit of a sweat. We got the heart rate elevated, and we really worked on our core. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope I see you guys next time.